Oh, it's cold in here this morning. It's cold in here. Is it? Oh. Good morning, everybody. Sorry we're a little late. We had some medical issues. But thank you for still coming. I was just listening to that little Summer Walker. Oh my God, I am in love with Summer Walker. I've heard some things about her, but I don't even care. It don't even matter to me. Summer Walker is the bomb. Yeah, we're running a little late. Joseph will be with us in a minute. Everybody say hi to Joe Mel. He's in third place. Right, Joe Mel? I know what you're looking at. Here. That's it. He always want a snack. He's a snack master. That's all he like to do. All day. All day he just walk around the house looking for stuff on the floor. Just looking for snacks. He don't find nothing. Because I clean up. But that's his favorite thing. His favorite thing to do is snack. Joseph. Joseph. Not that he will eat it. Could you please bring some of his doggy treats in here? Or at least one. We try to keep Jomel at bay while we're going live now because he can be a little handful. He doesn't like the attention to be taken away from him. So of course when Joseph gets in here, he's gonna sit on Joseph's lap because he wants Joseph's attention. Joseph will put him down on the floor and then he'll get mad because Joseph don't give him enough attention and then we'll end up putting him back up here. So it's like a back and forth thing. Let me say good morning to some folks. Hey Trisha. Hey blogs. I didn't get a chance to call you this morning, have my morning pep talk. Hey Monday Jones. Trisha. I said hi to Trisha already. Thank you. You want one? You're gonna eat it? You're gonna eat it? I'd be surprised if you eat it because you act like you don't like those. These ones with the sweet potatoes, like you like sweet potatoes. Or you want all three of them up here. See, he want all three of them up here. See, Joseph bought three, so he want all three of them. You want all three? There you go. Have your choice. Have at it. Who else is in here? Monica. Hey, Monica. Hey, Dwayne Ray. What's going on? Yes, please vote for Jomel today. Thank you, blogs, for putting that in that link in the chat. Y'all go over and vote for my baby. Vote for Jomel. Keep him. Well, he's in third place. We want. He's in third place, right?
He's in third. He needs to get the first.
Yeah, we need to get him the first place. So we need for y'all to vote. This is the last
hey,
round.
everybody.
So we need for y'all to vote for him.
I was a little late.
Who was that said they love Summer Walker? Monday, yet Summer Walker, oh my gosh, she gives me, her voice is like so, it's just so ghetto fabulous. You like Summer Walker?
Hey, Jackie.
You like Summer Walker? I was just playing her a few minutes ago. You like her? Yeah, I like her. I like her and I like Doja Cat. Y'all say whatever y'all want to say about Doja Cat. I know they tried to cancel her because of the end thing and all that stuff and her being in that room. And I don't care about all that. I care about the art. She's a bad bitch. Doja Cat is a bad bitch. Yes, she is.
Hey, Facebook and Twitter.
Yes, Facebook, I have to tell you, If you're having any problems on that side, please excuse it. StreamYard is having an issue
It's working.
with Facebook. Yeah, it's working now, but it might not work later in the video. If you have any problems, just let us know. I know that they're having some technical issues. StreamYard is with Facebook. So, but thank you for joining us on Facebook. Uncle Fred is in here.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said Block said hi to Uncle Fred. Uncle Fred in here. Hey, Uncle Fred. So everybody is in here. Thank you guys. Just a few quick announcements. Um, the TBT squad will be hosting we actually will be having a panel sometime this month. We haven't actually scheduled the date, but the TBT squad will be having a panel this month. We try to do at least one panel every month, talking about different issues. I think we need to talk to what's the name about the Black Lives Matter thing, and maybe have her here.
I told her I was going to call.
Yeah, okay. We also, Joseph and I have a couple of interviews scheduled coming up. I have one with Sherrod from G Status ATL, G Status ATL Hustle, which will be on the Up Close and Personal platform this month. For those of you that don't know Sherrod is a reality star on a reality show here on YouTube called G Status that I watch. But the interview will not focus on the G Status reality show. We will be focusing on Sherrod himself. So if you'd like to join me for that interview, it is scheduled for next Saturday. And I will schedule that, and so you guys can put your reminders up. Joseph, I don't know if Joseph has anybody special that he is inviting to his platform, Joseph Rants. But we will be doing that interview next Saturday. Also, we have a interview coming up on Friday of next week, Friday at 8 p.m. with Bugs Gutter. Bugs Gutter is a rapper in the LGBTQ community. We are going to be interviewing him. We met him about 2 years ago. Joseph knew him from the ballroom scene, I think, right? Mm-hmm. Joseph knew him from the ballroom scene, but he used to be in the ballroom scene, and he went from the ballroom scene to being a rap artist, and so we will be interviewing him on next Friday at 8 p.m. On my what?
You're like
it when I bring it around, Joseph. Now is it working? Okay.
Hey everybody that said hello to me.
I don't know if Joseph has any announcements to make.
No, I'm good.
Just vote for Jomel, guys.
And if anything pops into my head, I'll tell you.
Yeah, we really need your support on voting for Jomel. Please go out and vote for Jomel. Just click the link that's in the chat. Blogs and Fiction put it up. Thank you, Blogs, once again. She put it up. Please vote for him. He is in third place currently, but we want to get him to first place, of course. So vote for Jomel to be America's favorite pet. Okay.
He's almost there.
Yeah, he's almost there. Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all what's going to happen when Joseph came in the room? What'd I tell y'all? Now watch what's going to happen. Come on. Come on, Papa.
Hey, Love Kings. Hey, Monte. Hey, Dwayne and Ray. Hey, everybody.
Monte is in here?
Monte is the one who said he likes Summer Walker.
Oh, I thought that said Monday.
You was calling Monte. You better give him a lesson, Monte.
It looked like a D. I'm sorry, Monte. I was calling you Monday. That's a cute name, Monday. Monday.
By the way, that's a good movie to watch on Netflix. What Happened to Monday?
Oh yeah, that was a good show.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, that was
so
good.
if you haven't watched that, watch that today. What Happened on Monday? It's a good movie.
Oh yeah, that is a really good movie. It really is. I'm sorry, Monte. I was calling you Monday, but that's a
Hey,
cute name,
Trisha.
Monday Jones.
I was
Hi.
late. I was
Hi.
running late. I
My
told you
name
to
is
go on without
Monday
me sitting here.
Jones, coming to you from the McRae Kingz Palace. It's Monday Jones. You like that?
I guess.
Anyway, I think that we should continue our conversation from yesterday because it was just so juicy. Um, because I hope you guys didn't walk away thinking that Joseph and I had a difference in opinion as to what we felt about why there are not a lot of black gay men or black gay couples in in social
In the
media,
public eye.
in social media and in the public eye. Um, I think the thing with the public, them being in the public eye, Joseph, it has to do with the media. The media just wants to spit this narrative about gay marriage, and they feel as though the best way to spin the narrative is to have interracial couples.
But they're not spinning it on my Facebook page.
What you mean?
When they show me people out that I probably should know. That little people I should know thing.
Yeah, but that's social media. I'm talking about media.
In the media,
Like,
well,
in the media.
But in the media, you have to. I mean, there ain't that many black gay men coming out saying they, and the ones that are,
and the ones that are
Queenie
or interracial.
Yeah, but that's why they're interracial, because another black man doesn't want a feminine black man. I mean, let's be realistic. That's what it is. You know, and I know that a black man is not going to date Billy Porter. What with him walking around in dresses and the way he dresses.
They will date him discreetly.
Of course. Child, at midnight, everybody look good. But what I'm saying is,
no, honestly, let's put that out there. Let's put that out there.
And they won't stand there and claim you as their own.
Right.
But late at night, when they're looking to get a little freak on, they'll freak with anybody.
Right. So we need to put that out there. We need to
because
let
late at
know.
night, all the ones that scream no fats and femmes, when they can't find what they're looking for at 2:00 in the morning, all the fat and femme boys look real good to them.
Right. That's like Elin Harris. Elin Harris wrote a book called Just As I Am. Remember Basil?
I couldn't with him.
But see, Basil was a football player that was supposed to be all this tough guy, right? But in reality, he was a bottom.
Well, most school queens are.
Yeah, he was a bottom.
It's just a look.
You know, but that's what I'm saying. We need to put that narrative out there. That they will date them
for a look.
They will date them discreetly.
If they have a look, then they fine with it. But you can't be like, I mean, we can go on the fat and femme narrative if we want to, because
we're gonna talk about that too.
The fat and femmes get the worst deal of the whole bunch, because it's always no fats, no femmes. But at 1-2 in the morning, the fats and the femmes look real luscious to you when you can't find the little muscle boys to be wanting to screw late at night.
And you know what? I have a problem with that, because I've always been, you know me, Joseph. I've always been attracted to fat guys. When I first met you, you were bigger. Were you bigger than me?
Smaller.
Actually, you were smaller, but I've always been attracted to big guys. Big guys, I didn't care how big they were. I didn't care how many pounds they weighed. I've always been attracted to big guys, so I have a problem with that. I do. I have a problem with that. But, you know, it's always been my thinking, like the friends that I've always socialized with, they always like big guys. They didn't have no problem dating big guys. They wasn't into the muscle guys and, you know, the guys that had the six-pack and all that other stuff. Well, hell, I had one.
Sit down.
You know, but I wasn't ashamed, and I still got one. I wasn't ashamed to be around, or, you know, whoever I was dating. I wasn't ashamed to, you know, to show them off and be in public with them. I was a muscle guy at one time.
Well, no, I was shocked by how many dudes that was into muscles that actually liked me. Because I'm like, well, you spend your day in the gym and I spend mine in the kitchen, honey.
See, I've always loved big men because I just love their voluptuousness. I've always like my husband. I don't want him to lose no weight. If I had my way, I wouldn't want him to lose no weight. But I'm happy whatever weight he happy with. I'm happy with. But I love the fact that y'all don't understand what it's like to just cuddle up under a big old grizzly bear. And that's what my husband is. Even when we take a nap, I would be like, "All right, Joseph, come on, it's time." And he'd be like, "What are you talking about?" It's Joseph, stop playing.
I don't even be sleepy, and I gotta take a nap with him.
Yeah, he got to take a nap with me because I love being up under him. I love being like it ain't nothing, y'all. Let me tell you something. A friend told me this a long time ago. Once you go fat, you will never go back. So all these brothers out here, these gay brothers out here screaming no fats, y'all don't know what y'all missing.
No, the thick movement happened a few years ago.
Yeah, it did happen.
Maybe 5-6 years ago. All of a sudden, that thick boys was in. They didn't want skinny no more. They wanted thick.
Who wants something? They got the
fat.
Sling up in the air and they'll never come back down.
Because then you had the boys that was 5'6", 350 pounds talk about they thick. No, sweetie, that's fat. And even I had to tell a few people as big as I am, girl, you're fat. You're not thick, you're fat. There's a difference in thick and there's a difference in fat. And girl, you're fat. Like, there's you want to jump the fence, honey, because you see thick is in, but thick is thick and fat is fat. There's a difference. You can't be 5'6", 300 pounds and call yourself thick because that's not thick, that's fat. Now, if you 6'3" and 300 pounds, depending on how your weight is distributed, that could be thick or that could be fat. But when you 5'6" and 300 pounds, that's just fat. There ain't nothing wrong with it. If that's how my thing is, I'm like this.
You want to go somewhere and eat it?
I'm tired. He ain't gonna eat it here. He just put it back up there because he left it on the floor. I'm like this because I've seen it both ways. I've watched fat boys sit and pretend like they don't have a problem getting a date, and that's not true, honey. Because I've looked at some of them and I'm like, girl, if I have a problem, I know you have a problem because you ain't even half as cute as I am. At least my face is carrying my body, honey. You a beast, and I know. And now, if you talking about at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because you sitting on the app, well, girl, none of us have a problem then.
Should we feel bad?
Who?
For brothers like that are your size that can't get dates. Should we feel bad, or how should we feel about that?
I felt like this. I felt at a certain point, I felt that if you didn't want to get to know me for me, then it was a big deal. But see, when you lose weight and get on the other side of the fence, for example, I'll give you for an example. When I was, Tramel tells you I'm tall. I'm 6'3". So when I was 330 pounds, even though I didn't look 330 pounds, I was big. So I could go to the club and stand there all night long and nobody paid me no mind. But when I lost weight and it was 100 pounds lighter and walked in the club, and I never had to spend a dime on my own drinks, and people just flocking to me like I'm the hottest thing that's standing there, it kind of boggles your mind that 100 pounds lighter, I'm the hottest thing standing here. But a few months ago when I was 100 pounds more, y'all paid me dust like I had a disease. But now that I lost 100 pounds, I'm the hottest thing. I don't have to buy a drink. All I got to do is stand here and y'all just, what are you drinking? You want a drink? Let me buy you a drink. Of course. Because then, now, is when you got this whole new attitude in me that I'm the best thing walking no matter how much I weigh, because now I done ventured to the other side. And that's the problem. A lot of fat, I don't want to say fat, but, fat is what it is. A lot of fat gay men don't ever go to the other side. They don't lose the weight to see what it's like on the other side, but I did. And when I saw how, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Oh, I can't think. Oh my God, why does the word slip my mind right now? How, people were so, it was based on how I looked. If they wanted to get to know me, then it just made me come to a conclusion that I didn't care. I'm going to have this stuck up because see, when I was smaller, it was, honey, if you think I'm stuck up and conceited now, honey, you should have saw when I was smaller. It was worse because now I know you only really interested in me. And I can't say that for everybody, but that was the attitude that I took. That everybody interested in me wouldn't have been interested in me if I was 100 pounds bigger. So now I'm treating you like dirt. I went to Tramel's favorite hangout spot, Murphy's, one night. Was was you there? I think you was. You He might have been there. And I had three boys lined up against the wall, and I kissed all three of them and said, "Fight amongst yourselves, but one of you will go home with me tonight. So y'all figure that out." And they was okay with it. And I'm standing there laughing to myself like, I would never let
Oh no,
nobody
I
do
wasn't
that to
there
me.
that night.
And like,
I know I wasn't there that night.
and I'm like, but this is how shallow, that's the word I'm looking for. This is how shallow a lot of gay men are. They don't care. As long as you look good and you a piece of eye candy, they deal with whatever you give them. And that's what I was giving them when I was smaller. Then when the weight started creeping back, the attitude changed slightly. But because I knew what it was like on the other side, I would never let anybody downplay me, period. Like, oh, well, you're cute in the face, but if you was just a little bit small, bitch, fuck you.
But you know what? Most guys like you that have like a big attitude, they don't really have a whole lot of issues getting dates.
No, I
It's
think the
the
ones like
ones.
me that have attitude are because we've been on the other side and we see what it's like. Most of the men that I know, the fat men that I know that are insecure and they spend their whole paychecks on men, it's because they've never been on the other side.
Mm.
And they finally got somebody that like them that's using them. The ones that have an attitude like me
I
is
hate
because
that.
we've been on the other side and we see what it's like when we're smaller. So now, because we know that when we get big again, or if we get big again, it's like a whole new attitude because we've been there. It's one of those I've been there, so I know if I was smaller, I know what you would be doing. I know you would be buying me drinks and giving me money and doing all the things that they did when I was skinny. But
Mm-hmm.
oh, now because I've had plenty of men that thought, oh, I'm gonna use him because I got me a dumb fat boy, and then they couldn't deal with me because of my attitude, and they was like, who do you think you are, bitch? I'm not that stupid little fat boy that's working that's gonna give you my whole paycheck and pay your rent and pay your cell
Right.
phone bill, bitch. You got the wrong one for that. My self esteem is way too high, so you better go find you another fat boy, honey, because that's what they do. That's what a lot of them do. They'll pretend like they like them and get them to pay their bills and get their. I met a boy, child. He couldn't even tell you what the boy's little dingaling looked like, but
Mm-hmm.
he was paying everything, buying him clothes, paying his rent, and we looking at him like, you a damn fool. Did you even see it?
But you know what? I'm gonna say this about brothers like that. Beyonce pinned it right because pretty does hurt. Because let me tell you something. You might be pretty while you young, but trust me when I tell you, there's gonna come a day and age when you get my age. Now I ain't saying I'm ugly or nothing like that. I look well. When I was a little cute little young tender, honey, I was a cute little young tender, but I wasn't shallow. I was never shallow, Joseph. I was never one of those brothers that would, get with a brother because of what they was doing for me and all that other stuff. I never been in that realm. Never, ever, ever. I've always stood on my own 2 feet, but I've had friends that have been like that, have been users, used brothers, or dated brothers just because of what they was doing for them and paying their rent and all that other stuff. And what I will tell you is this: a majority of them are either dead or they look like they've been chewing on fucking rocks right now. So it does your past does come back to haunt you, and you need to remember that. You need to consider that. You might be young now. You might be young now, and you might be the cutest little thing in the whole wide world. Don't let that get to your head.
But
Don't let that get to your head.
in the same aspect, I was the same way because I didn't want if I didn't want they because a lot of big boys deal with other big boys because they feel that's all they could get, and I refuse. Like I tell Tremel all the time, I wouldn't date no fat boy. Oh, me date a fat boy? No, honey. I'm big enough for both of us. Two bowls of Jello don't do nothing but make a mess, honey. You need a spoon. That was my way of thinking. That was how I thought, and a lot of big boys think like I did. They don't want another fat boy. Hell, we don't want to be fat. So why would I want to be sitting with another fat boy for. That just don't make sense. And a lot of us think that way.
Well, see, for me, all of that shouldn't matter. For me,
but it does, because it's like, but see, and that's why I say what I say if we go back to the black white thing. It's a lot of self-loathing, because it was, but if I dated a fat boy,
it gotta be some brothers like me. It gotta be
no,
some brothers like me.
There's a whole lot like you, but it's far few. But see, the problem is the ones like you, when all the big boys realize, ooh, he likes us, child, they swarm, and it's like, oh my God, we got a skinny boy that likes the big ones, and they swarm, they all try to get a piece, because now there's one in the pot. So now everybody's swarming around this one, trying to, believe me, I've seen it. I've been with I've used to hang out with a bunch of big dudes, big as me, tall as me, taller than me, and bigger than me. And child, if they found out a boy like me, it was like open season on my man. And I'm like, honey, y'all fail to realize one thing, bitch. I'm cute. You bitches is ugly. So you will never, ever take a man.
Joseph, we don't have enough hours in the day to talk about
but
you and your arrogance and your
but it's
narcissism.
True, that's the way that I felt.
What I'm talking about is I get what you're saying, but it gotta be some brothers out there like me that don't care about what you look like, don't care how big you are, don't care what size you are. Just look at you just for who you are,
but I think
and for your heart
when you
and your mind, your body, and your soul.
I think that happens for a lot of men when they get a certain age. And then the maturity comes in, and they realize that it's not about how a person looks. But that's not how most gay men are. Most gay men are very stuck. But it's the same thing.
Most gay men don't?
But it's the same thing like with women. Men want something that looks good. They want a woman that looks good. They don't want... Now, we all know they'll screw
Then explain all the ugly sisters that got babies and have been with men.
I just said they'll screw an ugly woman.
No, but
they don't want to wife her up. They don't want to marry her. They don't want to... Now, the only difference between gay and women is straight men love a big woman. Gay men don't want no parts of them. Big men. That's the only difference. And I walked on that side of the fence too, so I know. Straight men love a big woman. Gay men don't want no big man, period. They don't want parts of it. They don't want to be bothered with it.
And they don't want femmes.
And they don't want femmes.
They want femmes discreetly.
There's a whole... And then...
Discreetly,
the white men made their own community called the bear community.
Right,
so at least they put something into place for their big gay men. Black men don't have that option unless we go into the bear community where there's just a bunch of big white men, and then we become that sore thumb in this community, because now, there's a black man. Yeah. So now we become, that stereotypical, here comes Mandingo, and, it's just black people, we need to get it together.
I don't see what the problem is.
That's just in a nutshell.
I don't see what
we
the
have
problem
too many
is.
hang-ups. We have too many. Y'all, and
that's why y'all be sitting on the bar stool every Friday night, Friday, Saturday. Y'all be sitting on the bar stool when the club closed, singing "Nobody Knows," because y'all always want to be picky, instead of looking at somebody for their heart and their soul and their mind.
And I'm not. I can't knock it, because I was the same way. I was. I can't.
You think I was not going to marry this man just because of how big he was? Child, please. No, that don't mean nothing to me. It don't mean nothing to me. It never meant anything to me. So this is what I say to all you big brothers. All you big brothers, and I hate to say it like this. Correct me if I'm saying it the wrong way. Step up your goddamn game.
Not necessarily.
Step up. No. Let me finish.
Get some self-esteem.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Step up your damn game. Get some self-esteem. If you feel like you need to lose weight, then go on ahead and do that. But if you don't feel like you need to lose weight and you okay the way you are, then get some self-esteem about yourself.
But then don't sit around and cry that don't nobody want to get to know you.
That's right.
And you're sick of this, and you on the bandwagon of the
because you're gonna spend too much time on that, and you're gonna be lonely, Lois.
At the end of the day, everybody can have a preference. And if you're not their preference, then you have to deal with that.
Joseph, I believe there's somebody for everybody. I do. I believe there's somebody for everybody. It's
I
just
believe
about,
that, but by the time you meet that person,
you might be ancient Chinese secret, honey.
No, you be so defeated that you don't even accept that person when they come, because a lot of times you, in your mind, see, there's a lot of things that you have to get past, because when you a fat boy and you date somebody skinny, a lot of times you sit back and go, what does this person want from me? Because I wouldn't date me because of the way I look, because your self-esteem is not where it should be. And if you feel that way, you're going to sabotage the relationship, because you're going to swear that this person wants something from you that they could just really honestly be into you. But because you don't believe that they really honestly into you, it becomes a whole nother thing in your mind. So, Jomel, get from behind there.
He right here.
Well, what the hell is behind the green screen? Let me figure out something. If something come walking in from behind the green screen.
Y'all, let me tell you, if a ghost came walking from behind the green screen and sat here and said, hello, I'm the ghost of Shamel and Joseph's house, I'm getting up and I'm running. It's cold in here today. You ain't cold.
No.
It's cold.
You know me. I like it like that.
Yeah, I know you like it like this. Oh, my Jesus. But I just with that whole no fats, no femmes.
There's a whole,
and I've seen my friends. Let me tell you something. I've seen some of my friends really like turn down something that could have been the best thing that ever happened to them, just simply because they said, oh, I don't want to be with him because he's too feminine, or I don't want to be with him because he's too fat. He got big feet. He got big hands.
Well, no, I've been with, like I said, I used to hang out with a bunch of big guys, and one of them, we convinced him to say something to this guy that he liked. Because we like, if you like him, tell him you like him. Tell him you want to get to know him. Like, you sitting over there swooning, oh my God, I like him so much, oh my God. The response, it was so bad from that boy that I went and read him for Phil. I did. Because I just did. Because I was like, bitch, like, my friend went over to him and was very polite and started talking to him, and he started laughing at him. And in my head, I'm already heated. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, don't do it. But I'm like, he's going to do it because he's not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend proceeded to, oh, you know, I think you're handsome, blah, 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 blah. The boy's response was, I would rather catch AIDS and die than date your fat ass. No, he said, then go out with your fat ass. At that precise moment, I was like, he just said he would rather catch AIDS and die than go out with somebody fat. Do you know the implications behind that? Of course, my friend is sitting there looking destroyed. And I'm like, oh no, he's not getting away with this today, honey. Not on my watch, honey. Because I'm going to go feed him. And I went over there and I gave him a new asshole, honey, because I let him have it. I told him I hope he does catch AIDS and die. And he should catch AIDS and die with the shit that he just spewed out of his fucking mouth. And he probably won't have much longer to live. I went in. Because how dare you tell somebody that? How dare you? See, a lot of people don't realize when you on this side of the fence, the shit that people say to you out of their mouth that's just hurtful and mean.
Especially gay men.
And then when you see them and they are broken and it's because of what other people have already done. And it's like, oh, you know, you should have a high self-esteem. It's easy to say. But when you on the other side of the receiving end of this bullshit that people spew out of their mouth to you, then, you know, I heard for a long time, you know, you got a cute face, but if you was only 20 pounds smaller, oh, you know,
People
or
have said that.
yes, that was real cute. But if I was just 20 pounds smaller, or I'm too fat, but I'm cute, but you got, you know, I used to get what women get. You got a cute face, but and I'm like,
See, this is
okay.
why I couldn't live in Atlanta. I'm
But
sorry.
see,
I'm sorry to mention Atlanta, but this is like I'm basing this on what I see on reality shows from Atlanta and stuff like this with gay men. This is why I couldn't live in Atlanta. I would never have any friends. I would never have any friends because I punched somebody in their face. I really would. I don't like, no, Joseph. I don't like shit like
no,
that.
but you realize
I've
I
never
wasn't.
liked shit
This
like
came
that.
from people in New York. It had nothing to do with Atlanta.
If they would have been around me, we would have been fighting. I ain't never been around people like that.
I mean, it wasn't people that we hung around. It was just people in general. People just in general.
But I've been around people in general, and I've never heard anything like that. Like what you're saying to me is like shocking.
Let me tell you something. And this was fairly recent, about 4 or 5 years ago. I went to somebody's profile on one of the dating apps. Didn't say a word. I just went to the profile to read it. I honestly just went to read, and I thought he was kind of cute. He came back and sent me a message and said, "How dare your fat ass come to my page?" Really, bitch? Really? I didn't say a word. I didn't say not one word. Not one word. All I did was look at the page, and he could see that I looked at the page, and he came back and said, "How dare your fat ass come to my page? I would never date your fat ass." So you know Joseph, you know his fingers went to typing, and I let him have it. When I tell you I let him have it, I said, "Bitch, you're nothing but a monkey with muscle. And no matter what you do, that ugly face of yours would always be that. I came to admire your fucking body, but bitch, I can do that in a motherfucking zoo. Just go look at a gorilla, bitch. They have just as many muscles as you, bitch. So before you come at a pretty bitch like me, honey, please understand that I can go on a diet and have a body like yours instantly, bitch. But your face will never look like mine because you're a monkey. A goddamn monkey, bitch." Oh, he blocked me after that. He had nothing else to say. Yeah, see, because you got the wrong bitch. Because, see, he did that because he was used to fat boys coming to his thing, and then he was used to saying what he said, and they probably went back and apologized or said something different. He wasn't used to getting the response he got from me, bitch. But see, most of the bitches that try it are just monkeys with muscles, honey. And a gorilla have muscles. If you really get into a gorilla, bitch, Harambe had muscles, bitch, and that's what I put in the message. I said, bitch, Harambe had muscles. And you look like Harambe, bitch. I was just admiring your body, bitch. But I can do that with anybody. Because queens like you come a dime a dozen, girl. He ain't had nothing to say after that. The bitch blocked me. You would want to block me, bitch, because you got the right one for that. Y'all, see, that's because y'all let these motherfuckers get away with this shit. Y'all need to start standing up for yourselves and letting bitches have it. And stop letting them treat you any old kind of way and letting people talk to you any old kind of way. Cause it ain't cute. You know, people have come to me and talked to me, and I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think they was attractive, and I just ignored them. I never responded back. You ain't gotta be mean to a person. Just now, you know, I might tell my best friend and have conversations with him and say, you know, bitch, you know, do some people send you messages and you just sit back and ask, is this all I can attract? I know that's horrible, but I would never say that to anyone. But just because I think it in my mind don't make it bad. But I would never verbally say that to anyone to hurt their feelings because I think I'm not purposely trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I just won't acknowledge you back. And I'm bad for that. I probably should just say I'm not interested or whatever. But for what? If I just felt like if a person doesn't respond back, that tells you that they're not interested and move on. But then you have people that you know they insist upon you giving them an answer. I see you reading the message. Why aren't you responding? You still read that message, but why aren't you responding? And I'm sitting there like, you just want me to be mean to you. Clearly, you must want me to be mean because I'm taking the high road, and you want me to take the low road because I'm not responding.
I feel real like I feel real out of the loop here because I've really never been around people like that. I'm really not. You know what? You know what the thing with me is? I've always made it possible for me to be around the people that I desire. Like if you was a mean bitch, you ain't have to worry about me being around you. Cause see, my thing was I wasn't. In terms of being confrontational and stuff like that. I wasn't a fighter. You know, I never fought with words. I always fought with a knife in my hand or my fist. So, you know, I knew I had to stay away from certain people. You know what I'm saying? I've had my run-ins with people. I done cut up a couple of folk.
No, but sometimes you don't know
But
who you
I
around.
because just and that's just for disrespecting me. That's just for disrespecting me. I done cut up a couple of folk. I couldn't be around people like that. I couldn't be around people like that shallow that they would feel the need to use words to bring down other people. See, because that's
Your
not
little brother did it.
who. Oh yeah.
The one with the C name.
Oh,
The midget.
my little brother.
Charles.
My little brother did that to you.
Oh, honey, he came in my little circle in Murphy's, honey, and he spoke to everybody in the circle, honey. Looked me up and down. And in my mind, I'm like, honey, I was a midnight session for you, bitch. I don't care.
Well, you know,
So then he waited till everybody laughed, and then he wants to come back over to because
that's Charles.
the girls get it confused when it comes to me. They get, I guess he thought that I was going to have a reaction.
He is not a midget.
Like I said, the girls get it confused, honey. So he comes back over to me. Well, he's a midget compared to me.
Yeah, he's a midget compared to you.
So
he's a midget compared
he comes back over to me and he's like, oh, you can't speak? I said, bitch, you came over here and spoke to everybody I was with individually, looked me up and down and walked the fuck away. What do you think this is? And he didn't know what to say. You got the right bitch, honey.
Yeah, that's my brother.
You got the right one. Because at the end of the day, we know what we did, honey. And so does everybody else in this circle. Because as soon as you walked away, they all said you did the same thing with them that you did with me, ho. So, yeah. I don't feel bad.
Yeah,
what I feel bad about? I might have felt bad if I wasn't part of that little circle, bitch. But I was part of that little circle, too. But the problem is, you see, that's what I'm talking about. See, everybody in my circle was skinny and looked a certain way. But because I was different, you didn't want everybody to know you knew me. So you waited till everybody dispersed and went around the bar. Now you want to come back because you was waiting for me to say something or feel some kind of way. Bitch, I don't feel no kind of way. I used you for what I wanted that day and sent you on your merry motherfucking way.
Well, Joseph, you shouldn't be. Is this what we supposed to be putting out?
No, I'm just saying if people had that attitude, then people wouldn't be able to attack them the way. You know, people get in their feelings when people don't acknowledge them and shit. Child, keep it moving. You don't have to. People don't have to acknowledge you. Like when we was watching RuPaul's Drag Race, they mad because she went off, and ain't nobody got to speak to you. You do them a certain type of way, ain't nobody got to speak to you. Don't nobody have to sit around and listen to your sob stories and listen to you want to apologize for what you did. No, people don't have to do that. That's the problem with people. They want you to sit back after they do what they do and say what they say. And when you get in your feelings and don't want to be bothered no more, oh, you're childish and immature. I don't have to sit and listen to you. I don't. I agree That's my point with that whole. I don't have to sit and listen to you. I don't have to listen to your stories. I don't care why you did what you did. You did
if you hurt my feelings, if you hurt my feelings or you said something to make me slight, it's my decision. It's my choice, and you can call me. Yeah, and people kill me, especially these y'all little millennials. Y'all are hot ghettomess.com. They are. These
but
little
it's not even that. People just in general think they can say and do whatever they want to you, and then when you don't want to be bothered or don't want to talk to them no more, oh well, you just can't run away. You need to. I don't have to address shit.
No,
you said what you had to say. Cause see me, okay, say what you gotta say. If it's that important to you and you want me to hear what you gotta say after you don't already say
saying what you got to say to me might get you punched in your face.
No, if it'll get you to leave me the fuck alone, say what you gotta say. And when you done, I'm gonna just say, you done? Okay, good. Bye. I ain't got nothing else to say. Like I don't understand how people think they can say and do whatever they want, and then when you don't want to be bothered, you're the childish one. No, bitch, I'm saving you an ass whipping. That's what I'm doing. Because if you keep messing with me, I'm gonna punch you in the motherfucking face. See, that's the difference. I'm not gonna sit here and keep going back and forth with you constantly and listen to your apology and give you an opportunity to do it to me again. It only takes one time, and that you already did that. So if you want to tell me why and whatever your reasons is for whatever you did, then okay, go ahead. But I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. And I move on with my life.
Yeah.
But that's the problem with people. They don't want you to move on with your life without them. They want to still be a part of it because, well, if you wanted to be a part of my life, guess what you shouldn't have did? You shouldn't have did what you did.
That's just like this situation that the year coming up, happened.
You want to be a part of something, but you did what you did. And now somebody's supposed to sit and listen to your little, oh, it was the drugs. It was this. It was, bitch. Well, continue to take those drugs and live in your little high life, bitch. And continue to drink and continue to do whatever you did that made you do what you did. Because at the end of the day, you said what you needed to say and you said what you meant. And guess what? I heard you. And I'm acting accordingly. There's no need to apologize. Never apologize when you say what you mean. When you say what you mean, there's no need to apologize.
Especially with
say it with your chest and keep it moving. Say it with your chest and keep it moving. Because people be getting the game twisted. But you know why they get it twisted? Because y'all let them get it twisted. Because y'all feel bad. Because y'all let them sit there. Oh, you're acting childish. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. And then you feel like, well, maybe I am. And maybe I am reacting to. No, you're not. You're reacting the way you need to react. Fuck them. And fuck their little lives.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry to say it that way, but it's true.
Well, I don't think you should have to apologize for it. I just feel like, listen, nowadays,
y'all give people too many chances.
Even more than ever, people need to learn how to be real with themselves. Not only with themselves, but with people in general. You need to learn how to be real with people instead of putting on a facade. Nowadays, we done learned through. I hope one of the things that we done learned through this quarantine is we don't have to be bothered with nobody.
And right, Trisha, you're right.
You don't have to be bothered with nobody. If you ain't learned that throughout this quarantine, having to stay either in your living quarters or stay with your family or whatever, you don't have to be bothered with nobody.
And Trisha, you're right. People just say whatever they want, and then they want to come apologizing.
Yeah, apologize.
Because that's what it is, an apologize.
Yeah, you don't have to apologize to me. I don't accept apologize.
And most of those people, see, what people don't realize is when people kind of beg you to listen to them and beg you for their apology and all of that good stuff, that's because they have more to lose from you not being in their life than you do from them not being in yours. But see, we don't see it that way. When you can just walk away from a person and not look back, that means that person has not added any kind of value to your life whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And when they following you, talking about, but listen, but wait, they already know how much you've added to their life and how much they want you there. And stop looking back. Keep moving forward. Right. The last time I checked, none of us walk backwards. We walk forward. And just keep moving and let them keep walking behind you because eventually they'll give up and walk away.
I hate that most people that forgive others forgive them simply because they don't want to be lonely or they just don't feel validated.
Or somebody that made you, or they played on your feelings and emotions and made you feel guilty for not listening to them, or made you feel bad because you don't want to accept the apology. Well, I did apologize and you're acting like you're still mad. I am still mad, bitch. Your apology don't mean nothing to me. You could have kept that.
Right.
But see, I don't even give him that opportunity. Like
Me
I
neither.
said, if you keep harassing me because you want me to hear what you gotta say. Say it. Get it off your chest, honey. Say what you gotta say. You done? Okay, bye. And that's how it's gonna go. Cause I don't have nothing to say. I already told you I don't have nothing to say. Just because you apologize to me, what? Something's supposed to change? Nothing changes. Everything stays the same. Because guess what? If you didn't mean it, you wouldn't have did it in the first place.
Right.
But you did it, so you meant it. And that was your first reaction, then that was what you meant. And it is what it is.
Self-esteem, y'all. It's all in what it's all about your self-esteem. You know, you don't have to accept that from people. You don't have to accept any old type of treatment from people. And one thing I always hate is that one black sheep that's always tagging along in the group or in the clique. That everybody sits there and just talks down about, sits there and reads, and sits there and just says just terrible things about this person, and this person just stay around just because they just feel the need to be around a group of people. You see it on I see it on these reality shows all the time. I mean, it sucks. It sucks. Like I said, if you ain't got nothing from this quarantine, you should know that you don't have to be bothered with nobody, and you'll be okay. You will be okay. You know?
Especially the people that have been by themselves.
Yeah, especially the people that's been by themselves. You should know that you're going to be okay. You're going to be all right. You don't have to put up a deal with this type of bullish. So that's what our message is today. Step your game up. And step your game up whatever way it needs to be stepped up.
Realize your self-worth.
Yeah.
And stop letting people treat you any old kind of way. Stop letting people just say it and do whatever they want to you, and you accepting every little apology they come along with.
Yeah.
Because how many apologies they going to tell you before you wake up and realize that you just the butt of their jokes?
Yeah. Just recently I did a video about a character on one of the reality shows named Delicious. A white brother. Well, he's a white sister. I'm sorry. I mean to disrespect her. But a white trans woman that always plays the trans card, and she thinks that just because she hangs around a whole bunch of black people that she can use the N-word. And now she want to apologize because now her whole career as a rapper has been diminished by it. And I said, no, I don't accept your apology. I'm so sick and tired of accepting apologies of these white people that really don't mean what they say. I'm so sick of it. No, I don't accept your apology. You use the N-word, but you ain't had no business using it in the first place.
See, I can get down with a person, like I was telling you about that video that I asked you to see. I don't know if y'all saw the man that yanked up his dog. He took his dog for a walk, and the dog came back in the building and pissed on the floor in the building, and he snatched the dog up by the throat and carried the dog back outside and brought the dog back in and yanked it up and smacked it around. And then when they caught him, he didn't make no excuse. He said, I ain't do nothing wrong. What did I do wrong? Where does it say I can yank my dog up and slap the shit out of him? I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't do nothing against the law. See, I could roll with him. Because you know why I could roll with him? He ain't making no excuses for what he did. He know what he did. Yeah, it was on camera. Y'all saw it, and it's my dog. And if I want to yank my... Yes, he did. He said, I ain't do nothing wrong. He said, well, I ain't break no law. And at the end of the day, like,
I'm surprised he really said it.
He said it, and I was shocked because it was a white man. First of all, I was shocked that a white man snatched the dog up the way he did because I black people snatch dogs up like that, honey. I ain't never seen a white person. I mean, he snatched it, and I felt bad for the dog because the dog looked just like Joe Mel. And I'm laughing on the inside because when he came in and the dog started pissing, I said, ooh, that's Joe Mel right there, honey. Take him outside. He's standing outside. You think he pissing, honey, and come right back in the house and piss. And that man saw him pissing in the hallway, and when he snatched that dog up by the throat and slapped him in the face and took him outside and came back in. I don't even think he let the dog down because he still had the dog by the throat. And the poor dog just hanging like this.
Joseph, that's not funny.
The dog didn't react. So that was part of the issue, that the dog didn't react.
Oh
like
God,
it was the first.
He still got
what
the
I'm
dog?
saying is, normally if that would have been the first time, dogs would have reacted. The dog just was letting him do what he wanted. So you knew that this wasn't the first time he snatched his dog up this way, because the dog didn't even look frightened or nothing. It was like the dog was used to being treated this way. So that's what the people that watched the video was like, well, the dog didn't have a reaction. The dog just acted like it was used to being treated this way. And he was like, well, I didn't do nothing against the rules. I didn't do nothing to break the law. What did I do wrong? And I'm like, I like that. I like it because he didn't make no excuses. I like people that live in their truth. And he's looking like, so what, I did it. He pissed on the fucking floor, and this is what my reaction was, and this is what I did, and what law did I break by snatching my dog up by the throat? I mean, I felt bad for the dog. I'm not going to say
it's like me and the KKK guy.
I felt bad for the dog.
Yeah.
Because, I was like, ooh, this poor puppy. Because I'm looking at the dog. The dog looked just like Jomel. He might have been just a smidgen longer than Jomel, but if you see the video, y'all going to say, oh my God, Joseph wasn't lying. The dog looked just like Jomel. He looked just like Jomel. And I felt bad for the dog, but at the same time, his excuse when he got caught was, I ain't do nothing wrong. What law did I break? It's my dog. So I know the Humane Society is going to try to take his dog. I know he's going to go through a whole... They even talking about firing him from his job, and he is CEO of some company. And they want to fire him from his job because of the way he treated the dog. And somebody in the comments said he would have did better snatching up a little black child because he would have got away with it, which the sad part is true. They wouldn't have cared if he snatched up a little black kid like he did the dog, because it's the dog. So, of course, every dog rights activist group is going to come after him because he mishandled the dog. I mean, they took that woman's dog that was in Central Park when she called the police on him just because the dog was running around and strangling itself with the collar. So I know that man's dog is getting taken away. That's obvious. They're going to come in to get his dog. I know they are. The way he snatched that dog up and slapped that dog in the face, they're coming to get that dog.
Well, it sounds like he really don't want the dog anyway.
No, I think his reaction was because he just took the dog outside and the dog came in the building and pissed on the floor. And he just had a reaction, and I guess he didn't realize there was a camera, and the cameraman is who reported him. So now the cameraman gonna have to look out, because you know how they do. How he'll come in the building, and if he loses his job because of the cameraman, he'll come in the building and shoot up the whole building.
The cameraman may lose his job.
Well, he claimed that the cameraman asked him for money before he reported it. So if he can prove that,
that's extortion.
Right. If he can prove that, then the cameraman's going to lose his job too.
Yeah.
Well, the doorman or whoever saw it.
Security
or whoever.
Yeah. But
it was the mess.
That's kind of like with me with the man that lived next to me, and he was in the Klan. I had like a respect for him. Not that I liked him because he was in the Klan and all that stuff, but him and we had an understanding. We had to live next door to each other.
Blog said bet we would have called 911 on her.
Okay. No, but not that. No. It was not that I liked him as a person, or I didn't have a problem with him because him and I were actually able to have a conversation about why he was in the Klan versus what I felt about the Klan. See, because I grew up in the South, y'all. And back in those days, just the Klan alone, just saying the Klan alone, that's scary, period. And so to have this man living next door to me that was in the Klan, and he used to have all his little paraphernalia up on his porch and carrying on and so on. And I used to have to ride past it every day. So one day I just couldn't help myself, and I had to have a conversation with him. Um, and our excuse me, our conversation ended up being like a mutual just understanding of one another. I didn't live there long after that, but um, I remember when I got my driveway paved, he let me park my cars in his driveway, you know. But he would make little statements like I had two dogs. I used to have a pug rescue, and at that time I only had two pugs. But he would say, "Oh, look at those little dogs. You can make a little. I can make a nice pair of slippers out of them." He would say stuff like that. You know, you look real trying to be shady carrying on. But one day, him and I had a conversation, and he told me how he felt about black people. You know, and he told me that he really didn't have a problem with black people. He said the majority of people in the Klan don't have a problem with black people these days. It's just that they do the same things that we do. I didn't, I kind of believed him, but I kind of didn't believe him because he was saying that, you know, the main focus of the Klan has changed to, you know, them showing pride, white pride, like we celebrate black pride. And I was like, oh no, I can't. That don't gel with me. Cause the way y'all because of the way in which y'all do it. But I mean he could be telling the truth. But for that moment in time, him and we had a understanding and a respect for one another. He respected me. I respected him.
I
You
think
know, he was like, you know, he used to come through the neighborhood blazing because he used to work on like he used to be one of those guys that worked on vintage cars. He used to collect vintage cars and work on them. And he had this one car that was real loud, and all the neighbors. And he was that most hated person in the neighborhood. So I was able to talk to him. I'm so proud of myself. I was able to talk to him and say, you know, you coming through the neighborhood with that car being loud like that, you know, that's why a lot of your neighbors don't like you. You know, maybe you should, you know, drive it through the neighborhood a little bit, you know, because this car was loud. When I tell you it was one of them cars with the big mufflers and boom, boom, he used to come to, I said, maybe if you drive through the neighborhood a little bit, you know, more respectful, you know, you won't have that problem. And he did. The fact that he listened to me just like blew my mind. But that's one of the things that I got from living in Tennessee. I think I'm gonna do a story time on that. One of the things that I learned in Tennessee, was to have respect for people that were honest and open with you and very transparent. See, I respected people that would, you know, they and anybody that lives in the South, hear me and hear me good. Y'all know this is true. Most Southerners will tell you, stay off my damn property. We ain't got no problem. As long as you stay off my property. And most us Southern folk done heard the click of a gun. That's how we respect one another. Click, click. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say down there on the road. Get up off my damn property. I'm gonna blow you full of holes. That's how we respect one another in the South. Click, click. I'll blow your ass to bits. I'll blow you to smithereens. Click, click. That's the respect.
Monte said, yes, stay off my property.
That's right, stay off my property. I'm call the law. I'll call the law. I'll call the law after I blow your ass away. Respect. That's what it all comes down to. It all comes down to respect. Be respectful. Bitch, be respectful. You could be a bitch, but bitch, be respectful. Don't get your ass whooped. Don't get your ass handed to you like this. I hand your ass right to you just like this. Here you go. Oh, you left your ass. Here. That's it. I think that's why we don't have no problems. Especially up here. We don't have no problem. Because it's people respect.
Because it's
Respect
live and let
us.
live.
Yeah. Why can't people do that? Why people find? Sometimes I look at things in social media and I'm like, you woke up this morning and got dressed, and this is what happened. This is what happened, girl. For real. Now you in jail, girl. What did you do, girl?
Well, some people just wake up to be miserable every day.
Why? I wake up miserable sometimes, but I get out of it.
Blog said, make sure the gun is loaded, Tramel.
Exactly. Make sure the gun is loaded. Just make sure the gun is loaded. They like you see how they be tripping over me with my crazy ass.
Ooh.
But I ain't used to a damn gun. I'm used to a shotgun. Click, click. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to load no little Glock.
Tipping through the house like NYPD.
I was feeling bad. I was feeling just like it felt just like Bad Boys. I felt just like Bad Boys. I had the gun down like this, and I'm like tipping down the stairs and sneaking and can't. It was a good thing the gun wasn't loaded, because if I would have shot it, I probably would have shot somebody in the damn neighborhood.
Well, you wouldn't have been able to shoot it because you still had the safety on.
Yeah. That too. But guys, that's our show for today. Please make sure you're watching us on all social media platforms. You know what those are. You know what those will be. Where
Facebook,
they will be.
Instagram, Twitter, and of course here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you and shout out to all our new subscribers. And if you want to become a member, you can hit that join button as well.
Yes, and
if you don't see it, it's in the description box.
Yes, and don't forget to go and vote for Joe Mel. As soon as you get off here, blogs, could you please put that link back in the chat for us? Thank you. But don't forget to go and vote for Joe Mel.
He needs to be number one.
Needs to be number one, yes.
And we need to keep him number one till Thursday.
Yes. If Joseph doesn't have anything else to say, I guess we're going to end the show on that note.
Yes, go vote for Joe Mel. And anything you need from McRae Kingz is in the description box. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So make sure you make Saturday the best day ever.
Yes, and don't forget, God. Well, I'm not going to tell you not to forget. Blogs and Fiction will be coming on after us. Monica is running a little late with her daily tips. So please tune into Blogs and Fiction at 1 a.m. 1 p.m. I'm sorry, 1 a.m. At 1 p.m. I'm so used to her, looking at her. I look at her story time at that time. But make sure you tune into Blogs and Fiction at 1 p.m. today. And then Monica's daily tips. I haven't gotten the time on that.
Monetization party tonight.
Yes, don't forget Monica's monetization party tonight. Please tune into her as well at 8 p.m.
Yes.
At 8 p.m. Monica will be holding her monetization party. I don't know what Monica has in store. I can't wait. I'm excited. So, with that being said, guys, we're going to get on out of here. Joseph, go on ahead.
Well, you know how we end everything. Walk in peace, love, sunshine, and happiness. And always remember,
it's Team McRae.
All damn day.
Talk to you soon.
Later, y'all.